Something happened in 1954 that I think we should be aware of. We should not forget these moments in history. This is something that's thrown down the rabbit hole of history. It's called the LAVON Affair, named after the former Israeli defense minister, Pinchas Lavon. So this was an attempted false flag operation, codenamed Operation Susanna, carried out by Israeli spies in Egypt in 1954. So these Zionist Israeli agents in Egypt planted bombs in busy civilian areas in Cairo and Alexandria, where Americans and the British would often visit, like movie theaters and libraries. The plan was to commit terrorism by killing civilians, especially Americans, and then blame Egyptian Muslims in order to cause tensions between Egypt and the West. The plan fell apart, and the Zionist spies were caught and then confessed. The LAVON Affair.
Today, we're diving into a dramatic story of espionage gone terribly wrong. It's a tale of covert operations, political intrigue, and one of the most infamous intelligence blunders in Israel's history. Welcome to the story of Operation Susanna, also known as the LAVON Affair, Israel's 1954 intelligence disaster that backfired spectacularly. In the early 1950s, Israel was a young nation, trying to navigate the tense geopolitical waters of the Middle East. Egypt, led by Gamal Abdel Nasser, was on the rise, and the future of British control over the vital Suez Canal hung in the balance. But behind the scenes, something much darker was brewing. Enter Operation Susanna, a plan concocted by Israeli military intelligence to frame local Arabs for attacks on British and American targets in Egypt. The goal? To destabilize Nasser's regime and prevent British withdrawal from the strategically crucial Suez Canal. But this operation was far from flawless. Poorly trained Egyptian Jews, recruited as operatives, were sent to carry out the mission using improvised bombs hidden in, get this, spectacle cases and condoms filled with acid. Yeah, you heard that right. And it was this amateur approach that led to the operation's spectacular failure. It all fell apart when one of their bombs exploded prematurely inside a cinema in Alexandria. The operatives were quickly caught by Egyptian authorities, and the entire plot was exposed. Among those arrested was Max Bennett, an Israeli Mossad agent whose tragic fate only added to the scandal. With the operation now exposed, the Israeli government found itself in deep political turmoil. Behind the scenes, political power struggles were at play. The operation's failure led to the resignation of Defense Minister Pinchas Lavon. This marked the beginning of what is now called the LAVON Affair, a political scandal that shook Israel's leadership. And who came back to clean up the mess? None other than Israel's founding father, David Ben-Gurion, who returned to power amidst the chaos. Operation Susanna became a lesson for Israeli intelligence. Sometimes silence is golden. Israel, known for its meticulous intelligence work, learned the hard way with Operation Susanna. It was an operation that showed the risks of overreach and mismanagement, and of course, the price of failure. So why does this matter today? Well, because it reminds us that even the most secretive intelligence agencies aren't invincible. Operation Susanna is a story of ambition, failure, and how one wrong move can change the course of history.